Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Today we are live here in New Jersey. We're here with Paul Pericron, Division 1 MRA driver. We're here today to take a tour at this shop, Lone Motors. So Paul, how you been today? Alright, I'll be more in. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Hold up. So it was.
Modifieds are like the
coolest thing to race in ever, and they're what I got my title in. This thing was a great race car. It was fast. I ran tiny little short tracks. But yeah, we used to run these tiny little short tracks. And I won the title.
in this little, and yeah, obviously 07, you can see 07 used to be what I ran all the time. Now I've kind of switched up to 75 and all this other stuff, but you know, I'm still very much running on running the 07 kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, so over here, this is obviously the most recent win in the stable, the 51 car that we took it home in Richmond, our first chase victory this year. It's a little beat up on the front end and it's a little bit on the back end too, but you know, because we fought hard for that. Speaking of fighting hard, let's go take a look at this. My Darlington win that I had to fight hard to win. We took a beating in this thing. Early in the race, the car kept on wrecking. Like, the car did not handle. I hit the corner cut wall so many times. But yeah, the front end is really beat in. This is our all-star win. We had to push people out of the way with the front of this car. And then this is the Watkins Glen victory. We celebrated hard, clearly. This car is covered in confetti. And this is, or that was the Coke 600, sorry, over there, not the All-Star. But this is the All-Star. The all-white paint scheme that we ran last year for the All-Star race, back when we were still the BurgerFi Cup Series. And you can tell we use the same confetti for all the cars, because we're lazy here. Here's one that, if Tough Tyler's watching, he's definitely going to recognize. This is his championship. We got to put the truck in here, man. The guy won our first championship. My championship car actually isn't here. That's in Joe Gibbs. Like, that car is in the Joe Gibbs team shop. I was hoping to put it here, but we couldn't get it by today. So If you fans come check out the shop later in the week, we're probably gonna have it out on display right in the center. But back here is Justin's car from the All-Star. We fielded him in a one race opportunity, so we're going to keep that in the museum. Also, if you see here, you can see some stuff we're developing. Don't look too hard. That's how we've won 4 races so far. Yeah, but let's check out the upstairs. The upstairs is probably the cooler part than all the most recent wins. So, up here, obviously you can start by checking out all of the MRA wins. That's the D3 win right there, the Strat 200. There's the Glen. I can point out the wins from this year. Got the Glen, the 600, and Darlington. But then Richmond gets its own case because I've won that twice. So over here is our Richmond case. And then down here is our Las Vegas Cup win. All-Star Clash, all the good stuff is over here. But Jet, I know you remember this car, and I know you hate this car. It's the car I won the ASRA title in. Yeah.
No hard feelings. I'm over it.
Yeah. I know you hate this one, though. This is what I beat you in Michigan in. Because you were driving backwards. That's how I beat you in Michigan. If anybody, I tell this story all the time. This Michigan win over here. Yeah. Rain happened. We ended up finishing out the race. There was a tornado. A bunch of crazy stuff happened.
Yep.
Now, you can see the 2 Richmond wins. We actually have both in the shop. This is the other one. The good old throwback. Yeah. Speaking of throwbacks, down over there is the Tim Richmond car. We'll get to that one later. But, yeah, no, this was, we ran 2 throwbacks that season. One to Gordon, one to Richmond. We ran the Richmond at Darlington. We should have, you know, switched that up. So Richmond would have been at Richmond. But, you know. But, yeah, no, this was the Jeff Gordon throwback. Over here, we have NKS. So now this is where I ran the number 3. Because before this, all of my cars had been the 75, 07, or 51. Now we're getting into when I ran the number 3, the Do It for Dale. Yeah, I ran this in the NKS title, ended up losing. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of similar to another paint scheme of mine. It's similar to the ASRA title over there.
Yep.
Tried to make it look similar, but yeah. This was a little short track thing I started doing in the MRI off season. I raced in a little short track league. But yeah, this was like the Jordan Anderson 3 after the Earnhardt. And then this. This is my next cars. I think I don't have my Watkins Glen win, that's in DIR, but I have my New Hampshire win right here. Actually, funny thing, look on the hood. I didn't have a sponsor for this race. I said anybody can put their sponsor on. This was Darlington the week prior, so this is a throwback. We have a lot of throwbacks in the shop. This was a throwback, and then over here was New Hampshire, and then this was Phoenix. So I only ran 3 races with Bottle Racing in the number 3. But, you know, the funniest part about this car, I think, has to be the number 3 DuPont. I feel like that's kind of funny that we ran the number 3 DuPont. But yeah, the number 3 Burger King DuPont thing. Over here, this was the throwback I was talking about earlier. One of my better looking paint schemes, the Tim Richmond throwback. I just had Folgers the other day, bro. Yeah, no, but on the door it says Rage Monster. It used to be my nickname. Speaking of used to be my nickname, here we go to the Dirt Track King part. This is the final part of the little tour we got. But, yeah, this was, I won Eldora in this thing. I won, yeah, I think it was Eldora that I won in this thing. Actually, my first Eldora win, and this race kind of set me up for falling in love with late models. And just dirt racing in general. This was a Las Vegas dirt track win, I believe. This was a modified. I ran some dirt modifieds at one point. This was before I was sponsored by Pop-Tarts. If anybody raced in AC Delco, I ran the Pop-Tarts 07 for the end of the year. But the beginning of the year, for like 1 or 2 races, I still ran the Javelin car. I was going to put a couple other Javelin. I should have got those, but they're back out behind in the warehouse. But this was, I forget what this, I think this was the Volusia Nationals that Dave had. And I didn't make it to the A main and the sprint cars, but I made it to the A main and the late models. I don't have the late model here. But yeah, you can see the stop media right above the thing. This was a nice looking paint scheme. It's the Kodak Coke car. But yeah, so that's really all the cars we have. But the trophies are over there and all this other stuff is always here. Any fans want to come check out the Lone Motor Shop, it's open all the time. Come out and check everything out. But yeah, so that was the shop tour. You know, down here we got a bunch of cool stuff.
And
we're really excited. This is the stage where we do like press conferences and car reveals, and we had our car reveal here earlier in the year. But yeah, so this is like the stage area, and then we have our little victory lane thing set up. But yeah, so I mean those are really all the cars. I think if we had to go to my favorite car, like my favorite design paint scheme in the entire shop, it has to be up here, and then the Jeff Gordon car. Like, it has to be this Gordon car. I ran it for the end of the chase, I think. But this has to be my favorite paint scheme, because all the lines on the lines are just super smooth on the side, and it was a really nice Gordon car.
Man,
I feel like the most sentimental car has to be my first title down there. But yeah, you can see a lot of these are numbered 07. Or 3. Those were my two big numbers. Now the one truck I wasn't able to get my hands on is my my win from, or not my set of wins from the Lowe's Truck Series that Ellie owned. I should have got my 07, my 3 truck from that, because I ran the 3 in that. But yeah, no, I've ran a lot of numbers, but obviously up here is just 07 3, and then we have the 18, but you know, that's dirt racing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is all of my, I guess, most famous cars. I should have gotten some pictures of these things, but I don't think there's a lot of pictures out there. I know there's at least one of the number 3, but I don't know about the rest. A lot of these are actually wins too. Like if we were to go back, I think this was a win. The New Hampshire was a win. I won at also New Hampshire in the 3. Richmond, and then Michigan, and I won 2 times in this 07, the black one. I won once at, I think it was Kansas, where I beat JJ, and then Miami, obviously. And then over there, I won in the 18 and 07. I lost in that other 07. I lost in the Richmond car. I lost in the sprint car and that stock car. But yeah, so that's pretty much all we got for the tour. Yeah, if you looked over here, you can see the remnants of the shop. Remember, we're shutting down all operation after this season, at least for now. You know, it could always open back up after the door at Joe Gibbs closes. But yeah, we're moving to Joe Gibbs, so all this stuff will stay here in the shop. It'll stay as a museum. And obviously, when I run the short track and late model stuff, it's going to be in here. Like it will always be in the Lone Motor Shop. I'll always put it in here, either whether it be in the shop itself or out in the museum part. But we're always going to have cars. You can see my car I ran at Watkins Glen, an auto, like that paint scheme, the mellow yellow car, and then you have Peck Neural, his number. Oh wait, no, I think that 15 is actually mine, Xfinity. I forget what number he runs. It's one of ours. I forget what number. But yeah, that's the shop. We got a bunch of stuff down there.
Well, thanks for this interview. It's been nice. Looking around, been seeing lots of fascinating stuff. It's been really nice. Yeah, you've seen lots of stuff, especially this trophy case. I like the trophy case you have here, like your Roval win, your Clash win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for.
I think we forgot to mention right here. My 2 Daytona wins right there. I think we forgot to actually point those 2 out, but yeah, there they are up top. And then this is Tough Tyler, if Tyler's still watching. This is 2 of his things. I gotta get more of his stuff. I know some of his stuff is probably at ThorSport, but this is his actual championship trophy, and that's his Miami trophy.
Oh, wow,
and that's my Miami championship trophy.
Season
But yeah, these 2 are Tyler's. You know, obviously some of the 3 biggest ones are right in the middle and really shiny and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, thanks for talking with us. It's been really
nice. This is a fun opportunity.
Yeah. I got questions to ask. You've been really running well this season. How do you hold on to maintain and go for a championship run?
Oh well, right place, right time kind of thing as the other 4 have been. But yeah, no, our strategy has been and will continue to be run hard final stage. That's it. You know, stage 1 and stage 2, they can get thrown out the window easily. Stage points aren't going to get you a championship. But what is going to get you a good championship is good finishes. And the points races we finished in, we finished 5 so far this season. We've won 4 of those. We've started 6, finished, I think, like, actually crossed the line in 5 of those events. The All-Star race, we finished, like, in the back. But the 5 points races, 4 of those I've won, and 1 of them I DNF'd in. Out Auto Club. But, I mean, that's consistency is how we're going to get the title this year. Finish every race from now on, and then that's how we're going to get it.
Well, thanks for talking with us. It's been a pleasure. Coming to see your tour. It's been a fine pleasure. And thanks for all the people who've been watching the stream. And this is the end of the Lawn Motors Tour.
Yeah, it was fun.